Okay, now you got time to reply. Let's talk over here. This one we done already, right? We discussed already, right? Hey, hi Mayor. Oops, I gave you the wrong latihan. Bab 5, chapter 5, latihan. Oh, okay, never mind. You double check your answers here. All right, double check your answers. This is the homework I gave. So these are the answers. Can you please check? Mark your work. Who's texting me? You cannot type. Okay, okay, no worries. No worries. You get the recording from me if it's too blurry, okay? Now, Mark ready, everyone here? Yes? Mark liao. Okay, now let's look over here. Name the can already. Okay, good, good, good. Good news. Now, name the solvent and name the solute used. So solvent is water here. Solute will be sugar. Agree? I hope you guys have done your homework. Yeah, this is the solvent. This is the solute. Which one is considered dilute solution? P, dilute. What's mean dilute? More water. A lot of water, we say the solution is dilute. Yeah, saturated means a lot of salt, a lot of sugar. We say that it's a saturated solution. Yeah. Now, suggest 2 ways to dissolve the undissolved sugar. So over here, right? I add as much sugar as I want, but my sugar still cannot dissolve. 2 ways they can do. You heat it up. Remember last week we learned if you want to make the extra sugar, the precipitate we call it, force them into the water, you can increase the temperature. Then the water will be like, okay, I'll take you in. Right? So first one, heat the solution. Second one, how to make it dissolve? Add more water, long. All right, add more water. Then you dissolve the extra sugar or salt. 2 answers here. Next up, underline the correct words. The higher the rate of stirring, the higher the rate of solubility. Correct? The smaller the size, the higher the rate. The higher the temperature, the higher the rate. Can? Quite easy, right? Next up, number 4. Colloid is a mixture between solution and suspension. Right? The particles in colloid are bigger than solution, but smaller than suspension. Next, shaving cream, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is an emulsion. So colloid got many, many types. Some is called emulsion, some is called foam. So shaving cream is a version of foam. This one is called emulsion. You know what's emulsion? Did we learn the alcohol emulsion method, alcohol emulsion technique in chapter 3? Right? Now, what is emulsion? Emulsion is basically the fats distributed evenly all over the mayonnaise. You don't know mayonnaise inside, it's full of fats, right? Fats, all right? So these are all fat droplets. I spread them evenly away. Spread them evenly. It's called emulsion. Yeah. Now, why is water known as universal solvent? So let's go back to chapter 2 over here. What is the definition? Okay, here, because it can dissolve almost all substances. So let's update. Water is known as universal solvent because it can dissolve almost all substances. Next, to make iodine, to make antiseptics, you need alcohol. Morphine. Alcohol Remove grease. Hello. Remove grease is which one? Hello. Kerosene. Nail varnish. Acetone. Good, Ishin. All right. Extract fats. Ether. And finally, remove fresh paint. Turpentine. Yeah. So you know what turpentine is, right? You know what parents always say Tina, Tina, Tina. Actually, turpentine and Tina are two different things. Turpentine is used to clean your hands. Tina also can. Tina actually used to, let's say too much paint, I want to add more water. You cannot add water, so you add thinner to thin it, to dilute it. Yeah. I use Tina to wash my hand. Not Tina, not Tina. Okay, not your friend or your teacher. All right, now let's go to Form 4. Okay, Form 2, Chapter 5. Here. Is this your notes? I think this is your notes, right? Check, I got 2 classes. I forgot who. All right, this one should be yours. All right, let's start 5.3 today. Everyone take out your notes. Norfei, why are you late today? You finish your homework in 10 minutes. Sorry, cikgu, come back late. Okay. Yeah, I know. Before 15 minutes can finish my homework. Very good. Are you, Dylan? Because it's that easy, ma. Imagine if I give challenging ones later. Okay, but good effort. It all starts with all this small effort. Okay, done. We're going to close the whole chapter. We learn about the characteristics of water, how water is. Next, you learn about what water can do, 3 different chemics and produce 3 different solutions. And you have, even with water, you have 3 different types of mixture: solution, colloid, suspension. Usually all will involve water, right? And then today, we're going to look into how to clean water. Yeah, we're going to learn how water from the tank, from the river, from a mountain, enter into our house. Okay, my students? So the title today is called water purification. Purification means make it pure, make it clean, yeah, and water supply, sending to your house. Right? Now, what's the purpose of cleaning water? What do I want to clean? If I take the river water and drink, do you think it's safe or not? Of course, no, right? Now, what do they have in river water? They are sand, correct? All the stone, all right? All the whatever plastic might be floating around, right? Those, we call them suspended particles. So the purpose of cleaning water, we want to clean the sand, the stones, the fine grains, okay? Whatever floaties on the water, we call them suspended particles. Understand? Next thing, things that we cannot see, which are microorganisms. You don't want to be getting, tell me what disease? Tell me what disease? Leptospirosis, malaria, wrong. Malaria is from mosquito. What disease? Waterborne, water carried disease? Forget liao. No. Typhoid, cholera. Yeah, these are the disease. Forget already. Go read your Form 4. Have you guys reached Form 4? Form 4, go read your Chapter 4. Have you finished Chapter 4 in school? Haven't? Okay, no worries. Okay, I have a feeling your exam is until Chapter 4. That's why I teach Chapter 5 just in case. All right, now, suspended particles, microorganisms. We also have things that is dissolved inside. Salt, for example, dissolved dissolved particles, such as salt, sugar, whatever chemicals. Odor means smell or certain taste of dirty water, and the color. The purpose of cleaning, we have to remove all of this. Yeah, or maybe this if you can. Okay, now let's look at the 4 strategies we can use to get pure water, or we can get clean water. First one is boiling. Boiling kills microorganism. All agree? When you boil, it kills this one. But does it remove the sand or not? Does it remove sand? Yes, no? No, right? You boil, the sand is still floating there. So, does not remove suspended particles. Does it remove the salt inside? Does it remove the salt? You boil the water, the salt is still in there, right? So, does not remove dissolved particles. Does it remove odor? Yes and no. Okay. If it's light smell, then can. All right. Taste does not remove, color does not remove. So this one we will not focus much on this. We'll focus on this main tree first. All right, this main tree. Yeah. Okay. Now, next up, we go to another way. Another way is called filtration. Filtration is only you filter, right? Let's say sand water. Yes, the sand will be up here, water will come down. But what if the water got salt? Will the salt follow down? The salt is very small, so they can slip through the filter paper and go down. Microorganisms are so small, they can even sip and filter down there. So is this 100% clear way to drink water? No. Yeah. So filtration separates what? Separates suspended particles by layer. Remember the three things? One, the three master we going to focus on today are 2 and 3. Right? The first one kills this one. Second one here kills, not kills, remove this one. But I still got bacteria. So does not remove microorganisms, does not remove dissolved particles. Okay, next one, chlorination. Adding chlorine into swimming pool. Yes, it cleans my water. It kills microorganism, but does it remove the salt? The sand, does it remove the salt? No. All right, so same thing like boiling. Does not remove suspended particles. And dissolved particles. Teacher, this one important. Yes. And then you tell me 2 disadvantage of boiling. So boiling got disadvantage, man? Yes. All right. Tell me the disadvantage of filtration method. Whoa. Okay. Lastly, this process. This is the purest of all purest water really. This process is called what? Distillation. Now, what is distillation? So imagine I have seawater over here. Let's highlight it, right? Let's highlight seawater. All right. Seawater is salt. What else you have in seawater? You have salt, correct or not? You have water, you have MO. What's MO? Microorganisms inside, correct? So when you heat up seawater, who will evaporate? Who will come out? Who will come out? Water vapor will come out, right? So now I want to collect this pure water vapor. How to collect? Because they're in a gas form and they're going to pass through, and they will come out as steam. So how do I collect them? Because it's hot. You learned in science before. If you want to cool down If you want to collect, change gas to liquid, you have to cool it down, right? Correct, machine. Very good. We have to let it undergo a process called condensation. So when it's hot, so what I do is I get a special tube over here. Now, this tube has a name. It is called Liebig or Liebig condenser, L-I-E-B-I-G. Yeah, it's called a Liebig condenser. What is the use of condenser? Changes the hot steam, condense it to liquid. Yeah, so how is it done? I introduce water inside here. Water will flow, 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 and then come out from here. So it cools down the whole tube. But teacher, how is it going to happen? Takkan I spray water in and then water come out like fountain and then dirty my whole science lab? Actually, not this way. Actually, it's from the sink. You know the sink, right? Yeah, got pipe one ma. Yeah, there's a sink over here. Okay, and then what you do is you will channel a pipe, enter water in. In is always from down there, water in from down. And then after that, this water will go out into the sink. Wastewater. No? You do this experiment before. Yay. All right. Great job. Okay. Wastewater. Okay. Some of you say, teacher, put cold water, go in. And then absorb all the heat. Now the water come out, hot water. And then this hot water go into the sink. You waste water to make pure water. Hello. But no choice. So what else way can you do to make pure water? So this is one of the way lah. Okay. Can wash hand. Yeah, can use to wash your hand also. Yeah, why not? The water is a bit hot now, but okay. Okay, so what comes down? Water, pure water. We call it distillate pure water. Now, this one is very good because it removes all three. The sand doesn't evaporate out, correct or not? So I separate my three superheroes. Suspended particle. Salt doesn't come out. Microorganisms, dead. Ta-da! Distillation gets you the most pure water. So far, so good. Okay. Now, Singapore has this called New Water Program. Not like Malaysia. Malaysia, we have mountain water, river water, correct? Not? Singapore is very small, right? So where do you get the water from? They reuse their own water. There is a new program called New Water Program. I don't know if you heard of it before or not. Okay, all the water from the toilet, okay, all filter out from the toilet. So you know what is gonna happen already, right? You're basically gonna drain back the same water. But ours also the same lah. Except our water will go clean and then we'll send to the river. All right, and then the rainwater will give us another new one. But yes, we recycle it. So what they do is they collect and treatment. Treatment means they clean the water lah, add chlorine, whatever you add. All right, in accordance to national standard. So they clean the water already. Now the water cannot drink yet. Okay, see, would you dare to drink toilet water? I clean and then I give it back to you. All right, so you want that to drink, so you have to go through a new water power plant. What happened is they have 3 steps. First step is where is it? Here. Okay, where is it? Oh, here. Okay, microfiltration. So in a microfiltration, correct. Microfiltration, the water goes over here. Now, there are some bacteria that's so small or viruses that are so small. So I need to make the filter to be so fine, so small that the bacteria cannot escape out from the filter. Understand or not? Yeah. So highlight the first process, microfiltration. Next is called reverse osmosis. How small? Very small until micrometer size. Yeah, very fine filters. So reverse osmosis, okay, is a method of, let's say I got water, right? I use a special filter that only allows water to pass through. Oh, got such thing? Yes, there are membranes, there are layers membrane that human can make, all right, that allows only water particles to flow through. This process is called reverse osmosis. Now, once you get the water seep out already, you still don't want to drink because who knows, maybe the virus is so small that they pass through the first step, they pass through the second step, they can find its way into the third step, and that is where we kill bacteria using they kill bacteria using the third step using UV light, and they add certain chemicals to restore the balance. All right, and then finally, water comes out into the tap. You can actually drink from the tap. You know, in Singapore, you can drink water from the tap without boiling the water. But I didn't dare lah. The day I went to my friend's place in Singapore, I asked water and then they just open the tap and then let me drink. I was like, not boiling. Say no need that. Okay. All right. So now let's look over here. What are the other methods used to produce clean water? In countries where, or in cities or town where they are on top of the mountain, certain people that stay on top of the mountain, correct? Where are they gonna get water from? Now they can do what we call a mist harvesting, water harvesting from the air. So basically, there's water early morning, correct? High, what do you call that? High altitude, high places. It's very cold, correct enough. So the water vapor will touch on the netting, and then the water vapor will turn into liquid, and then the water will slowly drop down, and then there's a special pipe that collects all this water that drops down, and then they flow to wherever they want to flow, to houses and so on and so forth, right? This is one creative ways to harvest. So this is called turning mist. Mist 是那个 what do you call it in Chinese? There's a name for it. All right, the water vapor in the air, turning mist into water. This is one. Next, you go into this thing called reverse osmosis. What is reverse osmosis? What is it called? Woo? Is it called? Woo, 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 woo. Which sound? Number 4, woo. Is it? Okay. All right. Now, let's look. Obtaining clean water supply from the sea. Countries surrounded by water. Do you know that you cannot drink salt water? If you drink salt water, you can die, right? If you drink seawater, also can die, So you need to find a way to remove the salt from the seawater. How do you do that? Right? One way is you can use the distillation method. I say, teacher, I boil, like say boil, and then condenser, and then that drink. Can, no problem, you can do that. Okay, so one way you can do is distillation. Another way you can do is what we call a reverse osmosis. Now, what is reverse osmosis? Natural process osmosis means like that. Water will flow the other way around. More water will flow to an area with lesser water. Okay, let's say this area is watery, this area is salt water. Naturally, the salt water will attract the normal water go away. But now, I don't want that to happen. I don't want salt water to pull my water away. I want to go the other way around. I want to pull the water out from salt water. This process is by applying pressure and push the salt water so that only the water molecules pass through. This is called reverse osmosis. Understand? So these are the ways that we can use to extract clean water. So countries who are surrounded by water, if I ask you a question, what methods do you suggest for them who live in islands and all? So they can do distillation method or they can do reverse osmosis method. Okay, okay, now I see obtaining clean water from the sea by desalination means what? Desalination means removing salt. Removal of salt. That is the meaning of desalination. The word saline means salt. Okay, desaline means remove salt. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to take 2 minutes break and then we're going to go into the water supply system. So now it's 28. Come back by 30 lah. 9:30. Okay, I'll come back. Hi, students. Come, welcome back. Line. Can you update me which chapter are you at right now? I don't know how fast I am. Still at disease, which is quite fast already at disease. Okay. Chapter 3, okay, quite fast already. Good. Keep it up. All right. Now, beautiful, not a drawing. It's my simplified version. All right. So now, what is this water supply system? Is it important? Wow, 非常 important. So you need to know the processes. Okay, at least you need to understand. I want to make you understand. Don't just memorize for the sake of memorizing. Yeah, let's understand first. Now, what are we starting? We are starting to collect water. All right. We want the water to reach our final destination. Where is it going at the end of the day? To your house. 对吗? Now, before reach your house, remember there's a storage tank. You know that like in every area. Okay, Northie, your Taman Desa, behind your school, there's a huge water tank one in front of Faber Tower one, where the car wash, the parking. Do you guys see before not? So you all have your own storage tank. Puchai Lama will have your own. Puchong, you guys will have your own storage tank. So different places will have your own storage tank. Yeah. Now, let's start one by one. Pronounce the first word. The place where we get water. Usually it's a lake or a pond. All right, all the water from the river flow into the lake over here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pond, it's a lake, all right? Basically, it's an area where water flows and we catch the water. This area is called this one. Now, I want you to pronounce the name. Listen carefully. It's pronounced as reservoir. Wow, it's a French word. All right, reservoir. 不是 reservoir, okay, reservoir. All right, so in this water reservoir, what you have is what? You have what? River, right? Natural water. You have some fish. You have dead fish. Correct or not? You have dead fish. You have dried leaves. You have sticks in the water. Correct or not? Bacteria. You have sand. You have salt. You have fish urine. You have basically whatever you can find in the river. Understand? You collect them in the ponds. All the dead leaves and dried leaves, all grass, all that. So before we want to, can you drink the water yet or not? Will you dare to drink the water? No, right? So what you can do is we're gonna send for the first step. Yeah, what is this? My underwear is still in there. You lost your clothing there. Okay, so you don't dare to drink this water, right? Now, what we do first is we go through a first process of called filtration. We filter the big components like the big trees, big twigs, fish, and all. We filter them. So this is a big filter. Understand, Mark? And then whatever that's trapped in the filter, we take and throw away. Yeah. Now, let me ask you, what I have is the water component that comes out from the filtration. Students can drink or not this water? You dare to drink or not? Got water, got small sand, correct or not? Got mud, yeah, got some certain salt. Who knows there's certain poison inside there, right? So this water cannot drink yet. And then this water, because got fish dive, dead fish, dead plants, they will rot. And when they rot, it will smell, correct? You don't want to be drinking smelly water. So how? After filtration, we send to a tank. This tank will pump the water go up. I don't know, sometimes you see before there's this place, there's this sewage area where it keeps spraying the water out, spraying the water out, spraying the water out next to the old water park there. Keep spraying the water out, and then the whole area you can smell tapian. You can smell poop smell, right? Now, what is this process? Why I want to shoot out and spray out? Because the water is so smelly, I want to air it. So when I spray out, keep spraying, I'm opening up the water to let the smell escape. This is one way to remove the odor, to remove the smell. Understand? And then next thing, I want to add oxygen. So when the water go out, they can take the oxygen, dissolve the oxygen, and then they go back inside. So basically, I'm adding more oxygen into my water as well. Okay? Yeah, correct. I will not read that out. Okay? So now oxidation to remove the smell, to increase oxygen inside. Now let me ask you. Now, will you drink this water? No. Why? I remove all the fish already. I remove all the smell. Can drink what? Students, bacteria, viruses, amoeba, right? What else? What else do you have? Small little sand particles that still sprays out. You cannot drink it. So that is when I will send them from oxidation tank. I will send them to the next tank called, pronounce this word, coagulation. Say coagulation. Okay. Now in coagulation, I will add two things. First, I add this. Second, I add this. Now this is very important. Pronounce the two names, alum and slake lime. Alum and slake lime. Put a star on each. Now, what is alum and what is slake lime? Alum, the purpose of adding alum is this. Remember inside, students, I'm going to use brown color. Okay, I'm going to use brown color to draw the sand. Small, tiny little sand. So you can see my drawing here. Okay, small, tiny little sand entering. Okay, so imagine all the small sand. What I want to do is when I add alum, the alum will make the small sand stick together. This process is called coagulate. Understand? Yeah? Coagulate means make the small particles stick together. Say, teacher, must I write now? Don't worry. All my answers here. All my answers here. So you don't have to worry. Okay, just listen first. Understand first, most important. Yeah? Coagulate means you make them stick to bigger. But why do I want to stick them bigger? Because if they get big enough, they will later sink to the bottom. Then the heavy one drop, the water will continue going on straight. You see that not? Yeah, use density, correct. Okay, now this is one. Yeah, so then this is the spinner. It's not a star. There's no twinkle star there. This thing is a spinner to mix my alum with the water so that all my sand particles coagulate. Yeah. Now next, I will add slake lime. Slake lime has nothing to do with your fruit, lemon, lime, not that one. Okay. In fact, this lime is not sour, it's not acidic. It is actually alkaline. Yeah, my WhatsApp very noisy. Wait a second. Let me quit my WhatsApp first. Okay. Okay, so slake lime, okay, is an alkaline. For what? Because this water,很多acid, very sour. All this rotten, got a lot of acid, right? So I add this one to neutralize the acid. Understand? Yeah, this one is make it neutral. So now, mix ready. This water here don't taste sour already. And this water over here Now all the alum small particles become big already, right? So now, because it's big, they will start to sediment. Sediment means sink to the bottom. So this process is called sedimentation. Now, students, look here. I look like very small already, right? Actually, sedimentation tank is huge and very, very long. Why very, very long? Because I need time, right? Because let's say my water is here. I need time, okay, for the big particles to slowly settle to the bottom. Correct, not? So this part here is very calm water, very quiet. No one shake the water. Let the big particles slowly sink to the bottom. Understand? Yeah. Now, is my water free of bacteria now? Right. I haven't killed my bacteria, right? Still got bacteria, still got viruses. Probably some of the small sand particles escape. 对吗? So how? I clean one more round. Let me erase this one first. Okay, I clean one more round. I put it into layers of filtration. So here we have layers of sand, layers of stone, filter, water filter, right? They have the ultra carbon sand stone different rocks and layers, right? To filter. So in case if there's any small, tiny little sand that escapes over here, you're being trapped already. You got no place to run down. 明白吗? And then this time you get clean water coming out here. Is it really clean? Not so. Now in this tank, we will introduce two more things. Pronounce the first one, chlorination. Next one, who's the fluorination? I look at the spelling. Fluoridation. Everyone say fluoridation. Okay, so two things I add. So I want you to use a red pen or whatever pen you have, pencil, add chlorine and fluoride compound. Chlorine and fluorine. What is the use of chlorine? Just now we say, why do we add chlorine? To kill bacteria, correct? To kill bacteria. So that's the purpose of adding chlorine. Now, fluorine, fluoride, for what? Why do we add fluoride for? Now, fluoride, the purpose is because a lot of people, right, your teeth, okay, always rot and spoil easily. So government say, okay lah, one thing that strengthens your teeth is fluorine, right? So we introduce fluorine into the water and send to your home so that you drink, you have enough fluorine to strengthen your teeth. Understand? Yeah? So that's the purpose of chlorination and fluoridation. And then they send to your tangki, and then will channel to your houses. So far, so good. Now, let's go into the words. So you understand already or not? Okay? So far, all good or not? Can understand so far? The rest of you, give me thumbs up if you understand the story first. Give me thumbs up. Which part you blur, let me know. No, Faye. Which part you don't know? This is so much easier than but I'm curious of what is alum. Alum, okay, later we see. Okay, this is so much easier than your vernier caliper. All right, now let's go into the points. Now put a star over here. You all need to know this part. So let's start one by one. Okay, starting, students, you have this page, right? Or maybe you can flip, look, page 13 and page 14. I think they are on the same paper, right? Students, are they on the same page? Okay, easy. So when I explain this part, look at the picture and understand it. So, oh, okay, I get to imagine it. Okay, filtration. What are we doing over here? Eliminating large suspended particles. Leaf, tree branches, others, fish, all this. There. Okay, then we send into oxidation. Look at the picture. You see the spray. I want to do two things: increase oxygen and remove unpleasant smell, remove unpleasant taste, whatever things that make it very weird tasting and smell. Okay, next, remove ready. I have alum and slaked lime. This one I cannot tell you the importance. I come out exam many times. All right, so the purpose of alum. All right, purpose of alum is to clump up. English we say coagulate the sand. Coagulate sand, suspended particles. Okay, coagulate means clump up. Clump them up together, group them. Yeah, and then next, slake lime is added to make it less acidic. We say reduce the acidity of water so that water is less sour and less funny tasting. Right? Whenever you drink something that is very sour, not supposed to be sour, and taste sour, please throw away, like milk, yogurt. All right, or yogurt, okay lah, but cannot keep too long also. Next, we go into the next process. You see, look at the picture, sedimentation. Slowly sink. Who is the one sinking? It's no longer suspended particles. It is a bigger version, we say coagulated, clumped up particles. Understand? They deposit. Wow, teacher, what is this? Bank? Deposit means sink to the bottom of the tank. Okay? Then all the smaller ones, remove suspended particles, we use filtration. And lastly, chlorine is used to kill microorganisms. Fluoride compound is used to prevent your teeth from spoiling. We say prevent tooth decay. Decay means rot. Your teeth start to have holes. So far, so good? Understand the picture? Understand the words? Very simple, right? Now, sometimes they can ask you how to memorize step by step. Okay. One way I just came up randomly myself. Okay. FOC SFCF. So FOC is free of charge. Free of charge. Free of charge. And then SF, sad face, cheerful face. Don't ask me why. I cannot think of any other thing. If you can, please help. Okay. Free of charge, sad face, cheerful face. Okay. Filtration, oxidation, coagulation. Sediment, filter, chlorine, fluorine. All good? Right already? All right. Now, lastly, what is this? Water sustainability. Wow, teacher, what is the meaning of sustainability? Simple words, last long. Okay? Making water last long. Sustainable means can go on for generations. Like, teacher, why do we care about water sustainability? Whatever thing we do to the water today, if we keep dirtying the water, your next generation, your children in the future, will not have clean water already. Yeah, we are already suffering a lot of dirty water from the previous generation already, right? We don't want to push the water continue, and then in the future, the world got dirty water. How, right? So let's look over here. Let's look at all the activities. These are the human activities that can destroy the water. Okay, we don't want to make one day water cannot drink. First, domestic waste. Domestic means home, your house, your office, right? Industry, kilang. Okay, so domestic would be house, school, hospital, office building, right? All these restaurants, domestic waste, right? Industrial waste means from kilang. Kilang, they release the waste, not just, they don't all this rubbish water, not as much. Theirs is more heavy one. Look at the substance they throw out. Toxic waste, mercury, metal, that, okay? This one more huajang one. Next, agriculture, plantation. Whenever it comes to plantation, I want you to remember two things. Two things only, most of them they use. Pesticide, fertilizer. 杀虫剂, 肥料, fertilizers. Yeah? Lastly, in the ocean, do you think the ocean very clean? No. Do you know that our ocean has ships, right? And you think our ocean is what, 5, 10 ships? No, right? Cargo ships every day. You order things from Taobao, you order things from China, right? They're sending ships. Every day, thousands of ships, hundreds of ships are moving. Ships run on what? Electricity, man. Okay, ships run on petrol, right? Ships run on oil. So you have oil leakage. One ship, you leak certain oil. Can you imagine hundreds of ships all leak oil out, right? You drive car also will drip the oil into the road. Apatah lagi all these ships, correct? So our sea is not crystal clear, definitely not. So oil spillage from oil tanks or oil rigs. Oil rigs means the place where they go and collect the petrol. Yeah. So this one is steps. So the question asks you, what's the steps for house rubbish waste? Rubbish waste, teach people proper rubbish disposal. Disposal means throwing away. Teach your, okay, guys, throw your rubbish properly. Okay. Upgrade your sewage system. Sewage system means 你的大便那个水啊 Alright, the 大便水, the dirty water, toilet water, you upgrade, clean that water. Right? Improve rubbish disposal. Now, what else we can do? We can do recycle waste or other answer, practice your 5R or 3R. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You think what, ma? 5R, right? Next. Industrial waste. So if factories are releasing all this chemical, can you do 5R? Okay, recycle your toxin. Cannot, all right? They cannot do anything with it. So what we do is we enforce laws. Okay, to make sure whatever it is, you treat your water before discharge into the river. Treat means what? Treat means you clean your poisonous water. Don't release into the river. You keep releasing into the river, it's going to kill animals. You end up eating it. Do you know that today, the seafood that we eat, okay, contains what we call microplastics. So plastics have been used and plastics has been broken down into small size, 5 millimeter or smaller. It can go even smaller. And they're found in seafood. Today, they have found evidence that it is already in human body already because it has transferred back to us. Yeah? There's that industry that violates the law. Yeah. Next, agriculture, pesticides, and fertilizers. So what are steps we can say, hey, please, okay, use your fertilizer properly. All right. Use biodegradable pesticides. Pesticides is 杀虫剂, 杀虫药, poison like either, can kill the insect. Imagine enter into your body. Right, students? Okay. And lastly, we go to oil spillage. What can we do with the oil spillage? Surround and contain the oil spilled at the site there. All right. Surround it and then find a way to clean that oil spill. Or maybe you ask the company to clean it themselves. Pay money to clean. All right. Continuous surveillance of air and sea should be carried out. Continue to survey, make sure oil continue. Okay, here got oil spillage. Please do something about it. Okay. I thought the sheep is a bird. Huh? 为什么有 bird? Oh, huh? Got sheep, eh? Oh, huh? Wait, huh? This is not, this is the oil. Okay, you got no color. Okay, so this is the oil. Your nose got color, this is chapter 5 or chapter 6. Chapter 5, no color, right? Yeah, chapter 6. Okay, so if I add more water into the sea, will it help? Sea got a lot of water already. It's not going to help. The oil will still be there. It's like dirty water. You add more water, the water is still there. You still cannot drink it. Yeah? All right. So let's do a short recap of what we learned today. Today we learned how to clean water. So to remove water, we want to focus on removing 3 main things: suspended particles, microorganism, and salt. Correct? So there are 4 strategies to remove any of this. So everyone has their pros and cons. They've got disadvantage and advantages. Next, This one, new water program or other ways to get water from different countries, not just Malaysia. Yeah, different countries, they use different strategy. Next up, free of charge, sad face, cheerful face. Betul? Yeah, filtration, oxygen. Yeah? What you need to know? Mainly this one, mainly this one, mainly this one. All these are the important ones. Yeah, and how you pronounce this word? Reservoir. All right. Now, done. And then these are the things that we are dirtying the water and what can we do to clean the water. 可以吗? All right. So let's go to latihan. Let's see. Okay. Since we have time, try out this question. One A, B, C, D. Some of these words like, whoa, all right. Okay, try to fill in as many as you know. 2 minutes. Go. Okay, done? Page 8? Not yet, ah? Okay. Dylan, which chapter are you at right now? Oh, 4. Sorry. No, what chapter are you at in school? 4, right? Chapter 3. Okay. Ayo, I go so fast. I don't know what to do with you already. I finished my class already. Your teacher what? Why? Your teacher has to do 3D digestive system model. Digestive model system. Wow. So fun. Must put water, put beef. Wow, so fun. No, you don't. We pee on our anus. No. Pee comes out the other side. Oh, no. Water will absorb in the large intestine and then find its way in the blood, and then blood will send it to the kidneys and then come out from another tube. But that's too complicated already lah. Okay. Just do the tube. Now, filtration. Filter, you are only removing suspended particles. Yeah. The water that passes through the water that passes through the filter. So that means filtration. All right. I don't know if you remember in Form 1. Of course, most of you forgot already. It's fine. The one that comes down is called a filtrate. The one that is stuck inside, which is the sand, is called residue. Okay, so passes through is called filtrate. The one trapped inside is called a residue. Next up, what is a method used to make water safe for drinking at home? This method kills straight away. Chlorination. Kills most of the microorganisms in the water, but cannot remove mineral salts and wait. Sorry. Wait, not chlorination. Oh, that's swimming pool. Sorry, it's boiling. Sorry, students. Okay, it's boiling. So sorry. Thank you. Okay, this method kills most of microorganisms in water, but cannot remove suspended particles and dissolve mineral salts. Imagine drinking chlorine. Hey, you're drinking chlorinated water. Got a little bit of chlorine, but not as much lah. Okay. Distillation is used to obtain pure water, which is known as pure water, also known as distilled water. Distillation removes suspended particles, kills microorganisms, and remove dissolved mineral salts. Lastly, chlorination. This is to treat water in swimming pools. Okay, it's quite easy. Okay. All right, all great job. Number 2, A and B. Why don't you try now? Number 2, A and B. Okay, you know what? I let you guys do this one as homework. Number 2, number 3, number 2 and number 3 do as homework. We play the power card. Power card not yet. Power card much later. Okay, we do the homework for this one. Number 3, take your time to read through. There's a lot of steps. A to K. If you're not confident, please use pencil. Very complicated. So really, really like go one by one and place where. Be very, very careful. All right. Now, next we go to number 4. Also do as homework. Okay. Now let's do this one first. Page 11. Easy. This is a wrap up of the chapter. Okay, let's do page 1A, B, this page. Do now. Students done? All right. Boiling point of salt water is 100 degrees Celsius. This is false. Remember, salt water doesn't boil at 100. Salt water is always higher than 100. Freezing point of distilled water is 0. This is true. Pure water. Distilled water means pure water. B. Diagram 1 shows a setup of apparatus used to study the effects of impurities. Effects of impurities. And also impurity, things that is not supposed to be in the water. I mean, things that makes the water not pure. I cannot say not supposed to be. All right, thermometer, bigger, distilled water, why gas master burner? Okay, why is distilled water considered as pure water? Why? Why distilled water is considered pure water? Zenyi, what do you put for your answer? Zenyi, come tell us. Do you do this question? Hello. Because it kills my I ask you why 这个 distilled water 是 pure water. Why distilled water? Not why boiling kills water. Why distilled water? When I say distilled water, is this water. Hey, where is it? Hey, where is it? Hey. Distilled water is this one. This one. This water that comes out is called distilled water. Okay, now why do I call it pure water? So not because it kills microorganisms. So what makes water pure? What is the meaning of pure water? You see here? Meaning of pure water means they are free from 1, 2, 3. So you say distilled water is pure because don't have this, don't have this, don't have this. You see that or not? So that's the answer. So it's using the notes and applying into your answers. I was about to say that. Okay. So this is because what is the boiling point of distilled water? Boiling point distilled water is always 100. 可以吗? Who's not done with this page type X? Who haven't do this page yet? I mean, who haven't finished copying? All done, huh? Now, number 3. Predict the freezing point of the mixture of distilled water and table salt. So over here, this is distilled water and... wait. What is the boiling point of distilled water in the experiment above? Experiment above 有 salt 嘞，不是100嘞。Okay, higher than 100, higher than 100. Okay. Next is predict the freezing point. Now remember, salt impurities makes your boiling point higher and makes your freezing point lower. So it should be lower than 0 degrees Celsius. So what is the conclusion of this experiment? What can I say? What does impurities do? Impurities do what to the boiling point? Increases. Okay? Impurities increase the boiling point of water. All right, there you go. All right, do number 2AB now. Do 2A to B now. Okay, who's not done type X? Okay, boiling is slow, evaporation is fast. False. Boiling water evaporate. Boiling water is very fast. Evaporation takes hours, only can evaporate. Finish. Yeah. Evaporation takes place throughout the liquid. This is wrong. Evaporation is on the surface of the liquid only. Right? Water evaporation only happens here on the surface. Evaporate, go out. Evaporation happens at all temperature, while boiling point only happens in the boiling. Correct. True. Next, take the cloth that will dry first. I hope you guys managed to take this because large surface area. Correct. Okay. Next, these 2 page. Why don't I let you guys do? Go home. All right. Do question 3 and go home. Stay home and do question 3 and question 4 as homework. So it's only a few questions for homework, not a lot. Yeah, once we discuss this one, get ready chapter 6 next week. 可以吗? I'm sure you're very tired by now already. Enough already today. A lot of things we done already. Yeah. So I will see you students next week, same time, same day. You may unmute yourself and say your farewell.
Thank you, Teacher Kenny. Bye-bye.